Oh, yeah. Ho, ho, ho. It's Big Daddy. Ho, ho, ho. What? Hey, huh? Hey, it's 2017. Okay, here's the deal. I wanted to do a podcast about the night before POTUS Trump. So I did that. I went around Facebook and I started reading the rhetoric going on and all the typing and all the hate and all the love and all the blah, blah, blah. It was interesting. I didn't get done until late. Like literally, I think I got done with the podcast around 12:15 a.m., 12:30-ish. So then I got tired and I just didn't have the energy to do the post-production work required to have a good-sounding podcast. So I thought, well, I'll wake up. Because I always wake up like 3 hours after falling asleep because I'm getting old and shit. It's fun. When you get older, you got to pee in the middle of the night. That's annoying. I'm not even that old yet. Anyway, I get up to pee, but then I'm still tired. I got to pass out. So I fall asleep again. Another 2 hours. Bonus. Now I'm up to about 4.5, 5 hours. Back in the day, I used to be able to sleep 8 hours straight and then work. No more. So anyway, back to the podcast. So because I did this post-production work and because I was sleeping erratically, and that's just my new bag with sleep apparently, especially in the winter months, I think, I didn't get to do the post-production work until after POTUS was sworn into office, the 45th President of the United States of America. Then I went to post-production work, and I'm back to reading the rhetoric on Facebook after President Trump, after he's sworn into office, and, you know, the first bunch of hours. And what do I see? I see riots on the streets. I see Starbucks getting smashed. I mean, I kind of get that. Starbucks prices for coffee are a little cray-cray. Bank of America smashed. I see limos on fire. I see blockades. I see people stopping fellow American citizens' access to an inauguration event in America. I see people, black people. I see black people with chains on. And I want to understand the message, I do. So if you please pump this show, get it out there. Everybody's welcome to have a comment here. I just want to communicate with people. I don't want to be right or wrong. Nobody's going to be right or wrong all the time. Don't you get it, folks? Life is a grind. Let's try to avoid having our balls in a vice every day in America. Let's wake up and realize that in America, you got to get up and work. You got to work hard. Some days are going to suck balls. Some days are going to be rock star fun. Bad things happen to good people, and bad things happen to bad people. Bad people make bad choices and get more bad. Good people make bad choices and get bad. The trick is to try to avoid the bad. Try to focus on the good. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the... Oh, forget it. I'm just trying to get a message out here that the pendulum swings both ways. And it's ironic that since I have this little precursor to a podcast about the night before the swearing in of the 45th President of the United States, that just the first day the guy's in office, the rhetoric online is just cray-cray. The far left people bitching, oh, why isn't he walking the parade route? Or, you know, his speech is so fascism. Come on, people. Let's stop with the extremes. The extreme banter on Facebook, and let's be honest with one another. There's probably very good reason why he's not walking the parade route. And from the rhetoric I'm reading, it's not all the left. It's not all the Democrats. It's the far left nutbags on either side that cause shit. They caused shit for Obama, and now it's causing shit for Trump. And somebody somewhere is paying a lot of people to do some bad things. The buzz on the internet is that very, very wealthy people are paying for busloads of people to cause shit, to start riots. Even going as far as that when they get arrested, they've got their backs. Lawyers have their backs. Yeah, rioting is cool. Listen, what's the difference between a protest and a riot? Is protesting legal? Sure. Scream, wave your arms, say crazy shit. It's freedom. Freedom's a bitch. But when you start busting up shit or burning somebody's limo, and a limo that could quite literally be some poor guy's fucking job, the way he puts food on the table for his family. Come on. Come on, America. Anyway, let's get to the podcast. This is a podcast about the night before Donald Trump's inauguration. And I'm probably going to do a follow-up, the days that follow. Hey, God bless any POTUS. God bless all Americans. And let's keep it real, people. This is Big Daddy. Yes, sirree. It's 1/20/2017. On a very special podcast, the night before POTUS. Trump. Okay, you heard the little precursor to this podcast, but one more little ditty. Bear with Big Daddy with some of the old patriotic songs and some of the songs added during this podcast. Take a break, take some deep breaths, and enjoy some of them. Yeah, they're old school. Some of them are new school. We got James Brown coming up. And other great oldies. This is going to be a fun podcast. Love to hear your comments. If you dig the show, share it, like it, tell your friends, tell the haters. It is what it is, America. Here's a prayer for you. Hope your days rock. And now, we'll start out with some old school music, about 2 minutes worth. I guess you could fast forward if you don't dig it. This is the Big Daddy Roadshow. Check us out on Facebook. Look for the Big Daddy Roadshow fan group page. Check us out on Twitter. Big Daddy Roadshow Podcast. That's BDRS Podcast on Twitter. Thanks for listening. Catch you in a little bit. God bless America. Ba-boom, boom, boom, ba-ba-boom, boom, ba-ba-ba-bow. Hope you enjoy this. Put a lot of work into it. Hey everybody, it's Big Daddy. Welcome to a special podcast I'm calling The Night Before POTUS Trump. You're listening to an event held at the Lincoln Memorial. Where I'm watching the Trump family looking very proud right now. That's a beautiful family. Oh, yeah. Big Daddy gets it. Trump's a pisser. He's a guy. And he's a big change. Wow. I hope you get a chance to look at this. I've just seen fireworks behind the Lincoln Memorial, and they exploded into the letters USA. If you want an uplifting video, go check out this video. I'll post it on the fan page. Now listen, I know many of you listening here are not fans of Trump. It's pretty clear, right? We are living in cray-cray times in America. But I'm going to tell you straight up, America's going to survive this. And I, for one, want to give President Trump, or President-elect Trump, till tomorrow, every shot that we gave Barack Obama and every president prior. Trump is the 45th. Wow, these fireworks are just sick. Go watch this video. It's posted on the fan page. And that's that. That's the end of that video. So it was the Make America Great Again welcome concert at the Lincoln Memorial. And I'm going to highly recommend you go check that out. Hey, listen, no matter what side of the fence you're on politically, I hope we can agree that we're all hoping America has great days ahead. Sure, we got problems. Insurance, Obamacare. What's the fate of that? Sure, debates are going to be heated. But this is America, and this is what happens. And thank God it does. Thank God it does. We vote. The American people vote. And America changes back and forth. One day we'll get it right. Let's face it, America's still the best place on earth to live. You can't debate that. Crazy times in America. Hey, it's Big Daddy. Let's do a podcast. I'm staring up at a portrait of George Washington. On the bottom of it, it's dated 1732 to 1799. Damn. Old George is looking kind of melancholy. I wonder what George would think about America in 2017. I'd imagine he'd think we're okay. Hey, again, if you don't get a chance to go to the Big Daddy Roadshow fan page, do search for the Make America Great Again fireworks display and video, the welcoming concert at the Lincoln Memorial. It's quite impressive. Do us a favor. Give the new POTUS the respect he deserved. It's America. We can win here. There's changes coming. You know it. Everybody knows it. You can feel it. Some you're going to like, some you're not going to like. Some of the changes that happened 4 years ago and 8 years ago, people didn't like. But we respected the outcome of the election, and that's what I'm preaching tonight. God bless America. Hey, America, it's Big Daddy. Let's do a podcast called POTUS 2017. Living in America 2017. Be sure to leave us some comments on the Big Daddy Roadshow fan page on Facebook. God bless America. It's the Big Daddy Roadshow podcast. The night before POTUS. Trump. Hey everybody, it's Big Daddy. This is a special podcast called The Night Before POTUS 45. I'm watching Fox News' report of the Make America Great Again welcome concert for Trump. The fireworks are just amazing. The choir, come on. If that don't have the hair on your arm standing up. You gotta search for this video, people. No matter what you think about the outcome of this election, you gotta watch this video. What an elegant looking family. I don't care what your politics are. Very classy looking. Man, does Washington, D.C. know how to put on a show. And there's Melania and Trump walking up to Lincoln Memorial steps. Big Daddy's been there many times. I stood there and stared into the eyes, the marble eyes of Lincoln. God, I love this country. I respect the seat of POTUS. I was raised to respect the position of President of the United States. Hey, shoot me. It's a free country. Little disclaimer, I voted for Obama the first time. It was close. I got caught up. I wanted the change he said was coming. Something got messed up along the way. I didn't agree with all of it. So I'm a little extra excited for, I don't know, something in between. I lit up the boards on the Big Daddy Roadshow fan page tonight. I asked people for opinions and quotes. In this special podcast, the night before POTUS Trump, might be the only podcast covering it. Yeah, go and vote. Go and vote. Even if you didn't vote for Trump. Oh, man, look at those fireworks. I just seen a fireworks display explode in the USA, in the letters US and A. Come on. What a party. You should have went. We were going to go down. I won't lie. I'm not convinced shit's not going to go down in Washington, and neither are you. But let's keep a level head, America. Let's not get stupid. Let's show this POTUS the same respects we've shown prior. And let's give the guy a shot. I don't care if he's a guy. We get it. He's a guy. He's crude at times. You might not like him, but he's your president. And that's about all we got to say about that. Go check out that video. Out of respect, I had to let the King of Soul, James Brown, do his thing. This video on YouTube is 4 minutes and 42 seconds. We can't have that. Sorry, James. Sorry. But what a song, huh? And what a time. It's 1/19/2017. That's the date on the calendar. Hey, it's Big Daddy. The night before POTUS. Trump. Living in America. Let's everybody keep a cool head, huh? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, so I went to the Big Daddy Roadshow fan page on Facebook, and I said, let's have some opinions. Let's get some quotes. How you feeling? You know, it's really strange. It's hard to get people from the left to really have conversations. They're I get it. Sucks to lose. And I'm not pouring salt in your wounds. It just sucks to lose. But this is America, and I wanted to do this show because I want to get my side out. And my side is I'm pretty much down the middle. I support both sides. But the reason for my show is I'm feeling, as electrified as people were back with Obama. And I voted for Obama the first time. I did. I was not impressed with Obamacare and a lot of other policies. But hear this, I wasn't impressed with the Bush policies or the Bill Clinton policies. So, God bless America, right? How can anybody get everything right? How can any POTUS get it right all the time? But I'll tell you why I'm excited. I'm excited because I was raised to respect the position of POTUS. I was raised to love America. And for some reason, some of the diatribe and banter on the internet and whatever news, it just seems like it's gotten so negative against America. And Big Daddy thinks that's wrong. So, for history's sake, I'm putting this on tape. Well, not really. It's recorded on a Zoom recorder, digital recorder. What a good company, Zoom. Is that made in America? Do you want to wake up and make America great again? Is that really such a bad target? Do we get to give POTUS a fair shake? Do we allow winners in America? Or is that something that's like old school and gone? I'm voting for going a little bit back to old school ways in some departments. Call me crazy, but it seems like America's run amok. Kind of got off track. And like that James Brown song you just listened to, miles and miles of track in America. City after city, many of which I've been to. I love America. It needs work. Oh my God, yeah. And politicians need to really, I don't know, if you're running for office, how about you do a good job for your communities? Quit trying to write a book and become the next multi-quadrillionaire. Is that really what it's about? The forefathers I read about, they went to Washington, D.C. I'm thinking like Adams and Jefferson. Good old Georgie boy. Do you think they did what they did without caring? Without just really giving a shit that America was better to the best of their abilities? Are we really giving it our best, America? Are we really giving it our best? Look, the country's divided. It's crazy. Trump is out there. People are pissed off at the media. That's clear. You can't just say, oh, the media's with me, so this is the way it's going to be. It's pretty clear that America voted for something different, and that's a great thing. If you don't like the course we're going on, we take it to the vote. A lot of people didn't like the outcomes. Didn't like the electoral college process. It's funny how when you lose, you find things to point a finger at. Another thing that's getting annoying is people just using the race card, calling people racist. I've been called a racist the last 6 months, something like that, like 6, 7 times. I was raised, and I don't know how you were raised, but Big Daddy was raised to respect human beings. I wasn't raised to see the color of anybody. Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Mexican. It's simple. You heard it on my show before. You're either an asshole or you're not. Oh, yeah, Big Daddy could be an asshole. I get it. Sure, you step on my wiener, and, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll show the fangs. But won't you? Can't we all get along? Can't we all get along a little better? Can't we try harder? Can't we find a common ground somewhere in the middle? Isn't that what the pendulum's really doing with these votes? We used to get along better, America, and this is what I'm praying for. Crazy week in the news. Crazy. Just insane. It's not the America I remember, but I'm sure there's history I missed. Over all the presidents, there has been some wacky stories. Okay? Stories of division. Hell, look at Lincoln. Civil War. There's banter even saying that we're headed for a civil war. Is that what we're headed for? Seriously, folks. Seriously. Are we going backwards? I don't know. I don't get it. You're going to explain it to me. Meet us at the fan page, Big Daddy Roadshow, group fan page on Facebook. Tell us what you think. It's growing. That page is growing like mad. The show's growing. Thank you. Thanks for sharing the show. Don't be pissed off at me. Like, don't hate me. This is my opinion. I want to hear your opinion. I guarantee you on my show, everybody gets to talk. Okay? Everybody gets to talk. We might disagree. Debates might get heated. But in the end, hopefully we're all Americans. Hopefully we're all on the same team. What happened with 9/11? Remember how everybody was like all like, hey, looking at each other going, what the hell? What just happened here? That was during Bush's time. Anywho, let's go to the boards. So I asked the people on the fan page, and of course the posts are all, it's like night and day. It's like white and black. The posts are like either just totally for the Trump administration or totally against. The news agencies are reporting that, you know, nobody's really showing up, nobody's buying tickets, nobody wants to perform for the inauguration. Hey, it's a free country. You can do what you want. But again, respecting the position of the President of the United States, that's kind of important. So I've seen the backlash on guys like Steve Harvey, the comic, and anybody else who supported Trump. I don't get it. I don't get it. So what is that easy? This now, if anybody supports Trump or leans Trump like I do, and I say I only lean Trump because there's a lot of things on the left that I agree with, you know. But you'll get pigeonholed. You get you'll get lumped. The big thing that I'm doing this show for, and you can be pissed off at me or not, is that I want to give the guy a chance. Obama got a chance. And if for the record, I never was one of those guys to post horrible memes or just vicious. It was pretty bad. America can really be like a bully in the schoolhouse playground area, can it? We could be like children. And as stupid as my podcast is, and boy, it can get dumb. It can get really stupid. It's an adult talk and comedy podcast. We have a serious side, too. And tonight's that side. So, anyway, I asked the people on the fan page, I said, hey, guys, can we get your opinion on your feelings the night before the inauguration of President Donald Trump? And let's go to the boards and see what we got. Let's see if I can pull this up and not sound like an idiot. See, there's a lot of activity on my page. It's a silly, stupid comedy page for adults. Oh, boy. Oh my God. Oh, I'm looking at a video Linda Jean posted of a woman with her big gazongas. I guess her cooter grabs back. You can show your hooters in New York City. It's not illegal. It says a topless feminist protester in Spain. Oh, wait a minute. In Spain? I thought this was it's reported by the New York Daily News. She attacked a life-size wax statue of President-elect Donald Trump. Man, she's got big hooters. Good for her. Jesus, she's even pissed. In Spain. And Adam Spence says, tase that bitch. See, this is what I'm saying. It's crazy. She's freedom of expression, right? Guess you could do that in Spain, too. So I said, okay, rock stars. That's what I call the people on my fan page, and that's what I call you. People of America. A lot of rock stars out there. A lot of douchebags, too. A lot of losers, a lot of winners. But anywho, I said to them, can we have some thoughts on the night before POTUS Trump? Let's get some of your thoughts from the members, feelings, Just give me something we could quote. So be ready for anything as I scroll down. Okay. So, let's see. Some of them are my neighbors. Keith says, one word. He's terrified. Terrified. Really? Terrified? Oh, I guess is that like because of the nuclear bomb thing? He's just going to go nuts and start pushing red buttons everywhere? Do we really think that there's not like levels of security to guard against somebody who's going postal in that position? I don't know. I'd hope so. I guess time will tell. Nobody knows what's going down. Nobody does. Who knows the future? Let's live in the now. Hey, Jim from Chicago area, but now I think he's living in Florida. He says, I'm glad that a bunch of rednecks performed at the Lincoln Memorial, as opposed to Hollywood phonies. Rednecks love America. Yeah, I guess so, Jim. But let's be fair. Some rednecks are retards. And no offense to mentally challenged. I know that's a tough word. Comedians use every word, by the way. And I'm no comedian. I'm a comic on a podcast. Working on, comedy on the stage, but that's a whole other show, and we discussed this in shows prior. So I told Jim, I said, yeah, that one's going to make the cut. Oh, Jim continues. He says, fuck. He spells it out F-K on an adult podcast Facebook page. Jim, you don't have to do that. He says, fuck those boycotting. Fuck those people boycotting. It doesn't mean a thing. Now, I'm quoting Jim Hopkins. Originally from Chicago area. He says, the only people whose presence is required at the oath-taking ceremony are the president-elect and someone to swear him in. Now he says, oh, I'm sorry, it's not his quote. He doesn't know who it belongs to. But you know what, though? If you look at the video from the night before, there's going to be a crowd there. And the bikers, right? All the bikers showing up. Are they all bad people? Are they all enemies of America? I think not. I'd imagine those guys and gals are working probably overtime a lot to pay for those motorcycles. Those motorcycles are expensive. Let's see. Moving on. Oh, Jim has more to say. Oh, and I agree with this first line. He says, I never wanted Obama to fail. In fact, I disagreed with some of his policies because I didn't think they were good for America. I was called racist because I wanted the best for America and successful policies. Now today, Jim goes on, he says he's seeing people that want Trump to fail. Well, he thinks if you want the president of the United States to fail, then you must want America to fail. Hey, he's not a total fan. Actually, he says he's not a fan of Donald Trump, but he loves America and he doesn't want it to fail. Keith, a neighbor of mine from way back when, he says he's not a fan of Obama. He made mistakes, granted. The one thing he didn't do was disrespect and vilify large sections of the population that he thought he was better than. Someone who doesn't deserve respect, let alone a position of power. Yeah, I get that. I hear that a lot in the banter and the rhetoric. I don't know. Trump's, again, a pisser. He's a guy. He's an old school guy. At least he tells you or tweets you what he thinks. You don't have to guess. Good, bad, or crazy. He's letting the people know. And he's not going along with all these media shows that are just selling commercials. Because let's face it, that's a big problem. Media is a big problem in America. They got to get their shit together. They got to report for all Americans, not just one side. Or, God forbid, for just run amok corporate greed. But that's another show. Wow, they keep going on. Jim Hopkins says, and he tags Keith in this one, he says, Obama vilified police officers 3 months into his presidency. and he continued that war for 8 years. His divisive anti-police rhetoric cost a lot of officers their lives, protecting the very people that voted for him. Now, that's something to ponder. I got to agree. There's definitely, it seems, like I said, I started the show. It seems like we're going negative. We're going backwards, America. And I get it. There's problems. Got to be solved. And I think, personally, that individual cities and towns need to solve their own problems, their own communities. I think, didn't Hillary say that? It takes a village or some shit. In my city, Haystown, I call it Haystown, Hazleton, Pennsylvania, they're going nuts with their political process. That's where I think it needs to get fixed, from the ground up. But now it looks like it's going to get fixed from the ground up and the top down. Maybe. Because I don't know. Nobody knows. Jim says he's not looking for an argument. But you know what? That's all it takes. Everybody's triggered so quickly now, and just boom, they got their opinion, and you're wrong, and they're right. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just telling you how I feel. How do you feel? Tell us on the fan page. Get involved. Because whatever happens, unless something crazy happens, like insanity happens, we got 4 years of Donald Trump. I still say, let's give the guy a shot. Let's give him a shot. Okay, so, I just want to read this because it's pretty cool, these two having this conversation. Keith says he's curious of the documentation of him vilifying police officers. Reasonably sure I might have seen that if it existed, let's say for argument's sake, he did. Not really sure I've seen 8 years of it. Well, people will read various sites on the internet and believe what's written there. I prefer to use as many sources from both sides of the equation. That's smart, Keith. Jim's, well, I'm not going to get into this. These guys are getting into a little bit of a pissing contest, I guess. It's America. But Jim's telling him to go back and find more facts on the situation. I don't know. I don't remember people being ambushing police officers as much. I don't believe, and again, are there problems in police forces around the country? Sure, probably. Again, get involved at your local level. Fix that shit. I can't fix the shit in Chicago. And Chicago sure as shit doesn't want to fix the shit in my city. You can't. There's things you got to handle on your own. Comes down to holding people accountable, doesn't it? We need to get back to some old school ways. Again, just Big Daddy's opinion. Hate me if you want, but think about it. That's one good thing about a podcast. That's why I love it. I can get my thoughts out there, and I can listen to your thoughts. If you have the gumption to come on the show, private message me. I have been asking for Democrats that have been so passionate about their the people they were pushing to come on the show, and I think I had one guy from Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania that had I don't know, he just came on, said his piece. He was a Bernie supporter, by the way. Bernie got screwed. I'm not even, I wasn't working on that side, but Bernie got screwed. It's kind of weird how everybody turned a blind eye to that. Just putting that out there. Okay, so Renee, who's like a rock, she's winning a contest we're having right now for the Rockstar fan page competition from 2016. Renee is winning that vote right now, and she's up for some prizes. $100 Visa gift card or something like that, T-shirt and whatnot. So get involved. Active people on the pages can be nominated, and we'll certainly be doing that next year. And we also have some fun things where we're going to give away some prizes every month, and randomly. When Big Daddy has good nights at the poker table. Just figure, hey, site's growing, may as well give something back. She says, I'm here for the ride. Renee says, I'm here for the ride. But like the meme she said she saw on Facebook, wishing for Trump to fail is like wishing for the pilot of the plane you're on to fail and crash into the almighty mountain. She says, let's make America great again. See, optimism. I love it. I replied, I said, hey, I was born in America. I want to die in America, and it's pretty simple. God bless our troops and America. One thing I'm feeling pretty excited about is it feels like it's going to be cool to love America again. And I didn't feel that 100% with Obama. Do you feel me? What did I miss? By the way, I support the gay community. I support, I support different strokes for different folks. I mean, I have a pretty stupid podcast here, folks. But I also have some old school ways. Sorry, not sorry. Listen to me. It's my podcast. So Renee says she doesn't want people cyber fighting. Well, it's an adult conversation on the Big Daddy Roadshow Facebook fan page. Cool. Way to go. At least so far. Sherry says 'twas the night before inauguration. Oh, she's getting a little bit creative here. Let's read this. Sherry says, I don't know if it's hers or she stole it from somewhere. It was the night before inauguration, and up in the tower, the Donald reflected on his newfound power. The conservative masses had come out in force and delivered a victory that would chart a new course. The snowflakes, Sherry, the snowflakes were shell-shocked with tears in their eyes. The media lied to them. What a surprise. They had been promised a Hillary win, but the criminal Clinton took one on the chin. Ouch. Do I go on here? See, it's like a schoolyard playground. You know, it's just like, this is what we need to stop. We need to just stop. But she took the time to post it, so I'm going to read it. And though from all the corners celebrities flew, that part pisses me off, by the way. Come on, Hollywood. It's POTUS. Respect the position of President of the United States. Respect the position. You don't have to respect the man. All right, let me get back to this. And though from all the corners celebrities flew, they made no impression, for they hadn't a clue. They talked about climate and racism and such, and they made up good stories, but didn't know much. The fake news and ignorance came at a cost, and they can't understand all the reasons they lost. They blame it on Comey and Bernie and Vlad, but fail to acknowledge the one that was bad. Okay, this one's definitely anti-Clinton, isn't it? Yes, Hillary Clinton, in many ways flawed, was her own biggest hurdle toward getting the nod. The campaign exposed her corruptness and greed, and her speeches were punchless as $10 weed. Oh, that hurts. Shitty weed? Come on. Whoever wrote this, it's pretty funny. So out in the streets there arose such a clatter. It was Soros paid protesters and Black Lives Matter. With cities to pillage and windows to smash, they knew not the issues, but needed the cash. 8 years of Obama had given them cause to expect a replacement of their Santa Claus. But soon the protesters will feel the pain when the heels fall off of the old gravy train. Oh, my God. Let's see. Going on. And now all the snowflakes are riddled with fear, upset and offended by the things they'll hear. The cocoa and crayons will help for a while, but fact-based opinions will soon cramp their style. I saw him on TV in front of a crowd. He spoke about veterans, and it made me feel proud. He spoke about energy and safety and jobs, taking this country back from the Washington snobs. And mobs, I'll add. He was dressed in Armani, all tailored and neat, and the Brunos he wore made the outfit complete. For a man of his vintage, he seemed rather fit, and he looked presidential, I'd have to admit. His eyes glowed like embers, his smile was the best, and his hair was the color of my old hunting vest. Who gets credit for this? His love for his country was on full display, and his actions spoke louder than his words could say. Oh, my God. I'm getting posts on the fan page. It's popping up in front of this. Going on. He thanked all his voters, and before he was gone, saved thousands of jobs while Obama looked on. The fate of this country left nothing to chance, so he filled out his cabinet weeks in advance. The men he had chosen were of the same mind. Let's set the bar high and not lead from behind. He picked up his phone and he rose from his seat. With a flick of his finger, he sent out this tweet. Oh, boy. It's pretty brilliant. It tweets, I don't care what anybody says. I love hearing what he has to say. Rip, shit, or bust. It's not filtered by the news. Let's continue on. With a flick of his finger, he sent out this tweet. Now Mattis, now Kelly, now Sessions and Pruitt. On Perry, on Flynn. You're the ones that can do it. Start lifting restrictions and building the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. Oh, yeah. The roar of his audience rose from the stands. He kissed all their babies and shook all their hands. He answered their questions and calmed all their fears. They knew it would be a fantastic 4 years. Then he jumped in his limo and off to his jet, a fellow that liberals won't soon forget. He sent one more tweet as the evening expired. Happy inauguration to all. And Obama, you're fired. All right, you got to take that as, for what it is. A little fun, a little comedy, a little bit of real opinion in there, a little reality, maybe a little bit of stretch in reality. Sherry, thanks for sharing that on the fan page. 'Twas the night before inauguration, 2017. I don't know who made that. But it was kind of cute. Obviously a spinoff of, a classic Christmas. Anyway, what else is going on here? Is there anything else? It's interesting if you check out the news, how, there was already assassination attempts on Trump. Let's not go down that road. I was reading where some young, I believe a gentleman, caught himself on fire protesting Trump. Again, seriously, really? I don't get it. What's the point of catching yourself on fire? Whatever. It's a free country. I'll never get it, but whatever. It says here in the news, Alec Baldwin and others, I'm assuming the Hollywood ilk, are going to protest. Well, good for them. And probably a lot of people are going to, oh shit, they're running, I can hear the sound. This is kind of interesting. We should probably play a little bit of this. Here, this is Inside Edition's take.
Donald Trump kicked off inauguration ceremonies at a black-tie dinner last night in D.C.
Now they've just announced, I think, we're going to have record crowds coming.
Here's our Stephen Fabian.
It was a whirlwind visit to the Capitol, and the president-elect is right back home at Trump Tower this morning. He arrived in D.C. on Trump Force One around 8 p.m. and then jetted back to New York City 2.5 hours later. First Lady-to-be Melania Trump didn't accompany him on the trip.
With just 2 days before the inauguration, Trump is blasting the more than 55 Democratic members of Congress who are boycotting his swearing-in ceremony.
What happens to their tickets? I hope they're going to give us their tickets.
In an interview with Fox and Friends, he also doubled down on his feud with civil rights icon John Lewis, which sparked the boycott.
I think he just grandstanded John Lewis, and then he got caught in a very bad lie.
Lewis originally said he has never boycotted an inauguration before Trump, but his congressional office now says he did skip the swearing-in of George W. Bush in 2001.
And there you go. So that's Inside Edition. I'm just trying to give people a feeling if they're listening to the podcast in the future, which is why I'm taping this. I just want my feelings out there. Again, rip, shit, or bust. That's what I feel. What do you feel? We're going to get some new phone lines installed on the podcast, and we're loving. I don't care where you're coming from. I don't care what angle you're shooting from. That's kind of crazy thing to say. I don't care where you're coming from, okay? Let's avoid the shooting, please. Everybody put their guns down. A cache of guns was found. I read that in the news the other day in Washington, D.C. Here's my feelings on that. If something crazy goes down tomorrow, it's hell's bells. I'm telling you right now, we all know there's a bubble. A lot of tension. Winning and losing sucks. But I hope that tension just dissipates and we get back to the business of making America the rockinest, most awesome place to live on the planet. And my opinions are some laws got to be reviewed. You know, when I was a kid, monopolies were a big thing. We used to learn about them in like 7th grade. You know, a lot of laws are twisted. A lot of laws are bent and rules are bent to serve not all the people. Not all the people living legally and honestly. And it just seems like there's a lot more wiggle room for people to take advantage or to sadly murder or get away with just some vicious shit in America. These are the things I think need to be repaired. Again, it's a messy business. I'm sure politicians would agree. Maybe one day I'll have them on. I'd love to interview some of these guys and gals. I guarantee you there will be no fluffy snowflake questions. I guarantee you that. And another thing I'll guarantee you is that they'll either answer the actual questions that they're asked or I'll turn their mics off. What's the point? The news media and their fluffy questions and their softball questions, that's got to stop. We got to start holding these people that are sent to Washington or to your state capital to represent the people. We got to hold them more accountable. That's it, period. Done. That's not only my opinion, I'm pretty sure I'm right with that one. Hold these people more accountable. And let's stop the silliness and the silly lawsuits. And I mean, just come on. Everybody wake up and be cool. Don't be douchebags. How's that for a line? Don't be douchebags, America. That's what you get away with when you're on an adult podcast and talk show called The Big Daddy Road Show. It's growing, and we're grateful. Thanks for listening. Even if you have a difference of opinion, that's cool. I'll let people speak, you know. You can even raise your voice. Just keep it peaceful, okay? Keep the bat in the trunk. Okay, let's take a break. This is the Big Daddy Road Show. If you're serving us in the armed forces, thank you. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Merchant Marines, whatever. Hell, if you're in an Elks Lodge, a Lions Club, if you're a first responder, if you're a doctor, nurse, paramedic, fireman, you know where I'm going with all this. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Thanks for doing all the dirty jobs, like Mike Rowe would say. Oh, go check out Mike Rowe's website, too. He's got some great videos up. He's drinking a cup of coffee, chilling in his robe, telling you of stories of back when Lincoln was alive between two brothers. Go check out that video. It's pretty cool. If I remember, I'll try to post it on the page. This is Big Daddy on 1/20. Oh, it just turned 12 midnight. 1/20, 2017. This is the big day. Let's take a break. We'll be back right after this.